Hello, and thank you for joining us for another The KinectX-Files video. This video I'll be going over Bandicam, and it's a screen recorder application, and it's one of the three that I've tried with the SLS camera. Another one was the OBS, and my default is FreeCam 8 is the version I'm using at the moment, and that is by iSpring. And each one listed, you can go to their website to download the appropriate application. This here we're going through with an indoor setting. As you see or can make out, this is the kitchen dining area, and I'm just panning around using fast viewer. I will also be using the depth viewer and the Kinect Studio software application that you'll need to load on the SLS camera. This here portion shows the different settings as far as what's in Bandicam. And to the left, that screen to the left is the fast viewer, and the one on the right is the depth viewer. The depth viewer is out of the Kinect Studio, as you see that pops up there, and you select whichever mode you want. One thing to remember is when you're recording, I try to remember to set the mirror mode. Here I'm just going through setting different zooms, different settings, trying different views. As you see there, it picked up a stick man. It forced one on. That object it forced it on is a garbage can, that dome shaped top garbage can. And as you know, or if you're not aware, Kinects like to project things with the stick man. It will try to force it on a whole different range of objects. As you see in front of that garbage can is one of the cats. I believe that's Chloe sitting there in front of the garbage can. If you notice, she's staring up at the ceiling at well, she's staring. It happens to be up at the ceiling, and you'll see Tux come in the picture later, and I'll explain to you a little bit more in detail what they are fixated on. But as you see, a few times the system tries to force a stickman on that shape, that garbage can. Okay, if you notice, the cat is still staring up, looking up, basically at the ceiling, and something has really caught its attention. A lot of times, Tracy is telling me how the cats are looking around, staring at certain things, or fixated. Their focus is on certain areas or certain things throughout the house. And I try to tell her, yeah, I do imagine animals are sensitive to the unseen world, the paranormal um, activity, or things, the unseen things that are around us. But a lot of times I'm into debunking whatever I can if I can find a solution or give an answer for it. That's what I'm looking for, as opposed to just dispelling something as, oh, it's something spooky. Um, as you notice, uh, coming up, we'll see Tux enter into the picture and do one of the biggest no-nos in this house. Whatever Chloe is staring up at the ceiling, it has Tux has watched her, and there he goes up on the counters. But you'll notice he's looking up in the ceiling in the same area as well. And I'm going to go over here and try to see if I can pick up anything, detect anything, which on these cameras, on these streams, we're not detecting anything or seeing anything. And I will go over that a little bit later in the video as of to what's actually going on, what has caught their attention. But like I was saying, a lot of times I'm telling Tracy, their vision is so much more sharper and keen than ours. They can pick up the smallest thing from a distance, and if they can't get to it, they're really going to study it. But yeah, she's coming over. He's coming over to me trying to be sweet now, but he knows not to be up on that counter. So we're just going to go through a few more, a little bit more of this footage, just looking through these two viewers, the fast viewer and the depth viewer. I do like the different contrast, the different colors, the different way each one of them stream. And I will also be incorporating, like I said, a couple other cameras onto this SLS rig as well. Okay, as the video plays through, there are some things I like to point out. As you see in the Connect Studio, there's quite a few settings you can select from, quite a few streams. As I said, if you will notice, and well, it's in one away, but there's a mirror mode that I like to set so that everything is reflected the same view as the cameras. Here you see trackers, or if you notice when it pops up, it shows there are 4 trackers. That's 4 different skeletal figures. Once again, it's right there that you can track with the Connect 360 sensor bar. It shows the different your color, stream, your depth stream, two different modes. Your color is basically going to be in RGB, which should pop up as I'm going through out these settings. Those are just some things you might want to keep in mind when using the Connect Studio itself. And like I said, right there, your background and your foreground, you can choose depth or RGB. In either one of those modes, you can have it. This one here, we switched over to the RGB, the color stream. For the main window, I'm going to make the depth viewer a little bit smaller and move it to the side. I like to try to have two running, but when it comes to draining the power, that's one reason I like to have the additional cameras, a regular camera on the rig. Now, as you see up in the ceiling, right there, that's what I was staring at. I believe at that moment it was a little silverfish had made its way inside, and they're pretty much so kind of like transparency when you're looking at them, especially in this background with the ceiling. But that's what it was that they were staring on, was a little silverfish. At this point, I think I'm just going through shutting things down. And like I said, this here once again was using the excuse me. This was once again using the screen recorder Bandicam